Welcome back to week number 3 of our psychonutrition focus. Okay, this week, talking about recovery rhythms and sustainable focus, right? Why focus improves when we design recovery instead of delaying it. Yeah. So this week inside the group, right, we talked about applied focus. We talked about not pushing focus, not forcing productivity, not trying to squeeze more out of ourselves, but performing without depletion. And I want to start by relieving some pressure right away, right? Like straight out the gate. If you feel sharp for short little windows and then exhausted afterward, that's not a focus problem. That's a recovery rhythm problem. Okay. It means that your system can't access focus, but it can sustain it yet. I think I just said can, right? Right? It means your system can access focus, but it can't sustain it yet. And that distinction, right? The can and the can't, right? That really matters because it tells us, right, exactly where to support you without blaming you, without fixing you, or even pushing you harder. Okay. Most people truly misunderstand what recovery is all about, right? They think it means they have to stop. They think it means they got to kick their feet up, right? They think it means resting only. Some people think that it means resting only when they're depleted. Okay, I'm depleted, I got to rest. But as long as I'm not depleted, I don't need it. Right? Like they think recovery is something you earn after you're done. I can't rest until I get everything done. I know some of you, yeah? But that's not how your nervous system works. And I'm not just blowing smoke here. I didn't design how our systems work, right? Like nervous systems are the way they are. So recovery doesn't mean disengaging from life. Recovery means reducing demand. It can happen while you're engaged, right? You can be engaged and reduce your demand. It can happen inside work, not just after it's all done. And when it's done with intention, it restores access to focus capacity beyond what you would even imagine. And that's why this matters. When recovery is delayed long enough, your focus is going to collapse. And it's not because you're undisciplined, not because you can't focus, but because your system has been asked to output without any relief. So here's the reframe to hold on to. Okay. Sustainable focus demands more on recovery rhythm than effort. Effort might get you through today. Recovery rhythm is what's going to get you through consistently. So let's connect this gently to physiology. Okay. I know that's what you're all here for. Without turning it into some science lesson, right? And that's not my jam. So your nervous system was not built for constant output only. Cortisol supports focus in short intentional bursts. That's useful. That's adaptive. But without recovery, the cortisol stays elevated. And so when that activation stays high, what happens? And I feel like a broken record, but right? When that activation stays high, your clarity decreases, your patience shortens, and your emotional tolerance drops to the ground or, off the cliff. This is why people so often confuse fatigue, physiological, with failure, right? They think you should be able to do more. I used to be sharper than this. Why can't I sustain what I know I'm capable of? So, in honesty, right? Like we have to allow ourselves this gift. Fatigue is not a character flaw, right? It's a signal, it's a data point, it's input, it's information, it's a signal that recovery hasn't been designed into the system. And signals are meant to be responded to, not overridden. Okay? If you have a pain, it's your body telling you, like, hey, pay attention to me. I need something from you. It's up to you to give enough space to hear what it's actually telling you, right? So I want to talk about some application points in a way that can feel realistic and non-demanding for you. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to just go, hey, add some more rest. Okay. And what I want us to do is insert intentional relief. Okay. Insert intentional relief. So, this relief doesn't have to be some big dramatic or time-consuming thing. Just small recovery moments that restore more focus than long pushing through ever will. Okay, so these are some real low pressure ways to support recovery rhythm. And so let's list some out. Okay, so we have brief sensory reset. This is quiet, light, movement, stillness, right? Depends on what you need, but it's a sensory reset. We can do temporarily reducing decision making, right? After high focus tasks. Do short transitions between cognitively demanding activities. Short transitions, right? Think of your core daily practices. Shelving system, metaphoric trash can, the night hygiene or the mental hygiene. I should probably rename that. Or the core non-physical feeling check-in. Those are all effective ways to create short transitions between cognitively demanding activities. Hydration. I can't say this one enough. Hydration paired with intentional disengagement, not multitasking. Right? Like, stop for a minute. Take a drink. So these aren't productivity hacks. Okay. I'm not giving you like, oh, this is going to make you more productive. That's not what we're here doing. These are access points back into focus. When your recovery is woven in to the way you experience living, your focus doesn't have to be forced. It just becomes available again. So if you've ever been frustrated by inconsistent focus, just know that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Your system has simply been operating without enough relief. Focus naturally fluctuates. Let it. Pay attention. Self-observe, right? Get interested. And then recovery is going to restore access to focus, right? And consistency is going to build through that rhythm, not pressure. You don't need to discipline your focus. Hear that again. You don't need to discipline your focus. You need to protect it. And protection starts with recovery. So let's anchor this week. Focus doesn't disappear. It's restored. Restored when demand resolves, restored when relief is allowed, restored when recovery is designed, not delayed. Okay. So next week, we're going to bring everything together into a personal consistency blueprint so you can apply emotional steadiness physiological rhythm and recovery design in a way that actually fits your real life. See you then.